Hi, this is Sarah, or Cassie is my horse, and there's for me to show you how I make some of the things I've made for my barn. So I'm just going to show you how I made all this. Alright. Okay, so one thing people asked about a lot was, well, one person asked about, but were these brushes that I made. They're really easy to make, but they look pretty good. So the way that I made them was I took Sculpey, and I'm going to have to knead this. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I'll be back after I knead it. So now that it's kneaded, you'll break up a small section and make a little, like, rectangle. So you take a tiny bit and you flatten it and roll it out until it's the size of the brush that you want. I have to keep making it smaller, but yeah, it doesn't have to be very big at all. So you just keep shaping it until you get a good rectangle, kind of flat and good shaped. Okay, so there's my rectangle. So then you take another one about the same size, but it needs to be a little smaller, and you make the same thing, but actually this one needs to be bigger, but like this. It's more of a flat oval, and you put it on top, and you kind of flatten it out and take off any extra. Some pink hair stuck to it. And there is the basic shape of the brush. Then you take a pencil or a toothpick. I'm too lazy to go downstairs and use a toothpick, so I'm going to use a pencil. And you poke holes in it to make it look like it's hairy or whatever. Not hairy, but whatever. And you can put little lines in the side, whatever you want. And once you've done that, you got a brush, and then you bake it in the oven according to the directions on the Sculpey package. And then when it comes out, you can paint it, and it should end up looking something like that. And so that's how you make, like, brushes and stuff like that. Probably my favorite thing that I've made is these bridles, and they're actually a lot easier than they look. So you would start by getting a horse that is the size that you want it. I'm going to use him. And you take their head, and this sounds kind of bad, I don't know. Take their head, and you cut off some of these leather strips that are about the right size. And you shape it to their nose, and you find the right length, and then you cut it with scissors, obviously. And then you take that, and you take the super glue. You can use regular glue, but the super glue is a lot faster. But don't get your fingers stuck in it because it's really sticky. I can't get it open, but okay, one second. Let me get this open. Okay, so once you get a nose band that's about the right size, you can shape the other parts of it, like I can't remember the word. I know what it's called. I'm just forgetting, but I'm forgetful sometimes. And you would shape that so that you have a little bit of room to put a ring into it, and then bring it around their head and you shape the right size. I'm not going to do all that while the camera's on. That would get boring, but there we go. About right length. And so you take this piece and then you drop it around and use the glue, and then I'll show you how to attach the rings. Okay, so the rings that I use, they're called jump rings. They're really good for doing anything. They can make good hooks because they've got openings in them and they kind of close together. But this time I'm going to use it to make a bridle. And so you take it like that and you fold it around. Take the super glue, which takes a while to open. And then once it opens, you put a little bit of the glue on the tip and you close. And since it's super glue, it'll only take like 5 seconds. And you hold it. And then your fingers get glued to it pretty easily too. And so you make this, and once you've got that made, then you'll attach it to this, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, so now you've got your two pieces, and you need to fasten them together. So once again, use the super glue, and you take it and you put a piece on the nose band, like that. A little more. Oops, I put way too much, but that's okay. And you attach it like that so that it will sit around their head. I don't know if you can see that or not. Ow. Ouch. Super glue. And so it's like that, and then you do it on the other side, and that's how you make that part. Okay, so the last thing you need to do is attach the crown piece. This might be a little small for him. I guess I didn't do my measurements right, but that's basically how it looks. And you do that by just taking a piece and measuring it across his brow, and you would glue it in place. So I forgot to attach the ring. I don't know why I forgot that, but to do that, you just take a piece and you put it through the bit, and you bring it around their head to the length that you think would be about right, and you attach it to the other one. And that's probably the easiest part, really. So I'll come back when it's all finished. Okay, so here's the completed bridle. I don't know why I made it green. I think that was because I was first going to make it a halter, but then I decided to make it a bridle, and that's why it's green, if you're wondering. Alright, so next I'm going to make the jumps. The jumps are really, really easy. All you've got to do is take 2 toilet paper tubes and punch holes into them. These are already done because it takes forever to paint them and stuff. I painted them white. And then you take like skewers that you would make like kebabs of some sort on, and you paint them and you put them in. And I like this because you can make the jumps whatever height you want. There we go. And they look really nice, especially if you paint them. And so that's basically all the stuff I've made. I mean, I made blankets too, but they weren't very good. And thank you for watching.